For weeks, an eerie silence had settled over our home, like fog clinging stubbornly to a landscape long after the sun should have burned it away. Something was off. I could feel in the way her laughter didn't quite reach her eyes anymore, in the way her replies turned short and sharp, each word a subtle blade. Her phone, once left casually on the kitchen counter, now stayed locked and face down, always just out of reach. She'd disappear for hours, claiming urgent deadlines and spontaneous weekend work. Excuses that rang hollow but left no space for confrontation. I tried to convince myself it was nothing. Stress, I told myself. A rut, just one of those inevitable low points every marriage encounters. But doubt, once seated, grows with vengeance. It began to bloom, thorn and relentless, whispering in my ears at night, keeping me awake with its cruel theories. Then one evening, clarity came, brutal and uninvited. We were sitting together, side by side on the couch, the television casting soft flickers on our faces. She left her phone unattended just for a moment. A single, instinctual glance unraveled everything. The screen lit up with a message, warm and intimate. Words no friend or colleague would ever send. My heart stuttered. In that instant, the invisible thread holding together my fragile hope snapped. But I didn't explode. I didn't confront her with tears or fury. I needed more than suspicion. I needed truth. Proof that what I feared wasn't just a nightmare conjured by insecurity. So I waited. I watched. I became a quiet observer of my own life, collecting evidence one fragment at a time. Unexplained absences, midnight messages, laughter shared with someone else, while I sat alone with an untouched dinner plate. Then I found it. A plan. She had arranged another secret meeting. And that was the moment I decided enough was enough. I reached out to the few people I trusted most, my closest friends, companions who'd stood with me through every storm. They knew something was wrong long before I told them. And when I asked them to stand by me that night, to witness the truth as it finally surfaced, they didn't hesitate. She left the house with careful precision, every detail of her appearance meticulously crafted, her makeup flawless, her dress clinging to her body with practiced elegance, her perfume trailing behind her like a promise I hadn't been offered in months. I followed at a distance, my heart pounding like a war drum. She met him downtown, a softly lit restaurant, romantic in its ambience. I parked across the street, my knuckles white against the steering wheel, and watched as they leaned in close, their laughter painting a picture of new love, a betrayal in bloom. They left the restaurant hand in hand and disappeared into a hotel nearby. I didn't follow. I didn't need to. I had seen enough. That night, I transformed our living room into something else entirely. Not a home, but a stage. Candles glowed softly. Hidden cameras were ready. My friends were there, silent witnesses to a truth too heavy to carry alone. This wasn't revenge. It was reclamation. I was done drowning in secrets that weren't mine. After midnight, the door clicked open. She stepped inside, humming softly, her face flushed with the thrill of a life she thought she was living in secret. Then she saw me, and the others. Her breath caught. Her smile faded. I called her name, calm and steady. She turned toward me, panic flickering in her eyes. "I know everything," I said, my voice quiet but unshakable. "Every message, every meeting, every moment you thought you could hide." She stammered, denied. Her mouth moved faster than her mind, searching for lies that might still work. But I had it all. Texts, timestamps, photos. The truth was an iron web wrapped tightly around her. She couldn't wiggle free this time. I didn't yell. I didn't curse her name. Instead, I handed her a letter written during a night when the pain was still fresh, when I wasn't sure I'd survive it. In it, I'd promised myself something. I would rise. I would heal. I would not let her betrayal define me. She read it with trembling hands, tears streaking her face. Whatever she expected to find in me that night, a broken man, begging for answers, wasn't there. I wasn't on my knees. I wasn't shattered. I was standing. She sank onto the couch, the letter clutched in her hands like it might save her. The air between us was thick with everything unspoken, with memories turned bitter. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she whispered. "It just spiraled. Spiraled. I repeated, the word sharp and cold on my tongue. You think that undoes what you've done? You think it erases the vows you broke? She flinched but said nothing. Eventually, in a voice frayed by guilt, she muttered, I felt alone. You were always so busy, so distant. I needed to feel seen again. A bitter laugh escaped me, short, hollow. So you chose lies? You chose secrets and hotel rooms over honesty. I don't expect you to forgive me, she said, her voice barely audible. I just wanted you to understand how lost I was. I looked at her then, not the woman I married, but a stranger. This isn't about forgiveness, I said. This is about truth. And now that it's out, we have to face what's left. I turned to the window, letting the night's silence press against my thoughts. Her betrayal wasn't just a scar. It was a chasm. And I didn't know if anything could bridge it. When I finally looked back at her, my voice was steady. I need time. Time to decide if there's anything worth salvaging. But I won't live in the shadow of your lies. And that night, for the first time in months, I felt free. Not happy, not yet, but honest, clear, alive.